Coming up, find out how John Marshall students did at Queen of Queens.
Then, we'll show you a way children in the community can get free books.
And learn where one John Marshall band was invited.
That and more on this episode of WJMH Reports.
Welcome to this edition of WJMH Reports. I'm Maria Evans.
And I'm Alexa Bigford.
John Marshall recently held its annual Queen of Queens pageant, and WJMH Media was there.
Here's WJMH reporter Carson Ebert with our top story.
This event was held at the John Marshall Center for Performing Arts and was open to the public. The 10 senior girls that competed were Maria Evans, Kiermy Riggle, Emma Felton, Pearl Chambers, Faith Wachter, Rebecca Clark, and Chloe Trussell, Madeline Caesar, Gray Woods, and Lauren Riggenbaugh. Each girl competed in 3 categories, which included interview, talent, and poise and presentation. The contestants were grateful to have the support of their family and friends.
It meant a lot because showing that they cared for me and that they really wanted to support me and cheer for me meant a lot, and it really pushed my performance throughout the entire night.
At the end of the night, awards were given out. Emma Felton was voted Miss Congeniality by the other contestants. Madeline Caesar was selected second runner-up, and Chloe Trussell earned first runner-up. And Lauren Riggenbaugh was crowned the 2023 John Marshall High School Queen of Queens. Riggenbaugh feels honored to win and represent her school.
It meant a lot because I was working hard for it just like all the other contestants, and all my family and friends came out to watch me, and I really wanted to do a good job and perform really well for my school. So I was really honored that I was chosen to be the new Queen of Queens because it was really exciting.
Riggenbaugh will compete in the OVAC Queen of Queens pageant on Thursday, July 20th. I'm Carson Ebert with WJMH Reports.
Thanks, Carson. The OVAC Queen of Queens will be crowned during the 77th Annual Rudy Mumley All-Star Football Classic on Saturday, July 22nd. WJMH Media will broadcast the game along with the crowning on WTRF.com. You can also watch a replay of the 2023 John Marshall Queen of Queens on our YouTube page.
The Central Sisters Career Fair is backed for 2023. The all-female event is being held March 25th in Moundsville at Central Elementary. The fair is being presented by the 5th graders at Central and high school students from John Marshall. The event will showcase females in a variety of occupations. Allison Varlas expresses why she believes it's important for young women to participate.
Because it opens up their eyes to a world of possibilities that they're able to have, whether it's a degree-driven career, going to college, or a trade school, or going into the workforce.
If you have any questions, call Central Elementary at 304-843-4425. Again, that's 304-843-4425.
The Strand Theater is getting ready to host Palette to Pen, which is a painting and creative writing class for individuals 55 and up. Each participant will create a group instruction painting during weeks 1 through 4, which will serve as the inspiration for the creative writing project during weeks 5 through 8. Secretary of the Strand Theater Preservation Society Board, Roberta Donk, expresses why it's important for people to attend.
It's an outreach to the senior citizens of the community. It continues expressions of art and literature.
Palette to Pen will be held at the Strand Theater Monday through Friday from March 7th through May 2nd at 6 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. There will be a $10 session for weeks 1 through 4 and another $10 session fee for weeks 5 through 8. If you would like to register, you can go to the Strand Theater's website at strandtheaterwv.com/events or call the Senior Citizen Center at 304-845-8200. Again, if you would like to register, you can call the Strand. You can register on the Strand Theater website at strandtheaterwv.com/events or call the Senior Citizen Center at 304-845-8200.
The season of Lent is upon us, and whether you celebrate or not, you can always enjoy the great local food. Parishioner of St. John's, Anthony Pasanelli, loves this time of year to cook homemade food for people to enjoy.
Favorite part is to see people come over here and enjoy the fish that we cook and other product which they're homemade that we sell here.
Local fish fries take place every Friday during Lent. These include St. John Church in Benwood from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., St. Jude Church in Glendale from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., St. Alphonsus Church in Wheeling from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., the Stone Church Volunteer Fire Department from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., and Limestone Community Center from 3:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. There are many more local fish fries throughout the Ohio Valley. Keep an eye on your local organizations for more information.
On the last episode of WJMH Reports, we interviewed Janelle Armstrong about the PROM Boutique, a pop-up shop at John Marshall for students to get anything they may need for prom. The shop will open to students on March 8th and will be open during mornings and lunch periods on Wednesdays in the old wrestling room. The boutique is also accepting donations of prom dresses, jewelry, shoes, and men's suits and shoes. Donations are being accepted until March 6th. If you have any donations for the Prom Boutique, you can contact the main office or email Janelle Armstrong at janelle.armstrong@k12.wv.us. Again, you can contact Mrs. Armstrong at janelle.armstrong@k12.wv.us. After this break, one club recently hosted its home tournament. Find out how the group did.
Keep watching WJMH Reports. We'll be right back.
Get the facts on vaping. Fact: more than 20% of high school students have tried vaping. Fact: one disposable vape contains as much nicotine as 20 cigarettes. Now is the time to talk to your son or daughter about vaping. This message is brought to you by the Marshall County Health Department and Youth Service Systems. For more facts about teen vaping, visit marshallcountyhealthdepartment.com.
We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm Maria Evans.
And I'm Alexa Bigford. John Marshall's archery team recently held its home tournament in the gymnasium at John Marshall High School. The high school team consists of 63 archers, 12 of which are seniors. Senior archer Hiram Pelly recalls his favorite memories from his time in archery.
My best memories are probably the ones of my trips to Charleston and Ravenswood with my friends.
Between the three teams, John Marshall High School, Moundsville Middle School, and Sherrard Middle School, there are 3 coaches and a volunteer who do everything possible for everyone involved. The coaches are Russ Howard, Nathan Lilly, and Nicole Shipman. They are dedicated to teaching and helping the new archers and improving the skills of previous members. Scott Jemensky, who is a certified archery instructor, volunteers his time to helping all 3 teams and individuals who need the extra help or the encouragement to continue improving and keep positive thoughts in their minds. John Marshall head archery coach Russ Howard gives a great tip for the newer archers to use.
New archers, the best thing they can do is go on the NASP website and just watch and learn about scoring. If you can come in knowing how to score, you will be so much better off.
Assistant coach Nathan Lilly's main goal is to continue the season.
Hopefully we win, but for the most part, hopefully we score high enough to qualify for states.
The tournament's first flight began at 8 a.m. A 50-50 raffle was held along with the last chance to buy tickets for the hog hunt. Concessions were available and admissions at the doors were donations towards the family of Hannah Woods, who is a member of the JM team that is currently being treated for cancer. The event continued until awards were given at 8 p.m. The awards were broken up into several categories. John Marshall placed first overall in the high school category. In the high school boys category, Clayton Howard placed first, Brandon Lilly placed fourth, Sawyer Sadowski placed fifth, and Kyle Wright placed 9th. In the high school girls category, Mara Tharp placed 5th and Madeline Thomas placed 9th. This was the final tournament of the regular season. The team will now hope to qualify for states. Reporting from John Marshall High School, I'm Alexa Bigford with WJMH Media. We would like to congratulate everyone who participated in the tournament. The Strand Theater is preparing for a big annual event, Moundsville's Got Talent. This will be the 4th annual Moundsville's Got Talent, and after many auditions, the Strand Theater has selected 6 very talented acts. You can keep an eye on the Strand Strand's website for more information about the acts. This event will take place on March 11th at 7 p.m. with doors opening at 6:30 p.m. Tickets will be available at the door for $10 for students, $12 for adults, and children under 5 get in for free. For more information on contestants or to purchase tickets online, you can head to the Strand's website at strandtheaterwv.com. Again, that's strandtheaterwv.com.
There is an opportunity for children to get free books in Marshall County. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library is a book gifting program for kids from birth to 5 years old. Any child in the U.S. can sign up if there is a local sponsor. Marshall County's local sponsor is the June Harless Center at Marshall University. To check if your children are eligible, you can go to imaginationlibrary.com. Again, that's imaginationlibrary.com.
Look is returning to John Marshall High School for its third installment with guest speaker George Tyrese Murdoch. The presentation will take place on Tuesday, March 21st in the John Marshall Center for Performing Arts from 5:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. Tyrese will cover topics on how to overcome childhood difficulties such as bullying and being the bully, as well as ways a mentor can improve a child's life and where to seek professional help. The presentation will be free and is open to the public.
Coming up, see how a local organization helps the visually and hearing impaired.
Keep watching WJMH Reports. We'll be right back. The Seeing Hand Ohio County Association for the Blind was the first organization in the state of West Virginia to serve the blind and visually impaired. Its first piece of written history was on May 23, 1963. Now known as the Seeing Hand Association Incorporated, the organization has dedicated its mission to helping all blind and visually impaired individuals lead fulfilling and independent lives through their variety of programs and services. Joining me today to share some information about the Seeing Hand Association is Operations Manager and Community Outreach Coordinator, Teresa Kurtz. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So my first question is, what is the history behind the Seeing Hand Association?
As you said, our first recorded history was back in 1936. We got our charter in 1946, so we have been around for many, many years. The history is just working with the visually impaired and the blind through different programs and different opportunities to help them live independent lives on their own. So
that's honestly a really amazing thing. So because I haven't heard of many places around here, specifically at least, that do offer stuff like that.
We are the only one in the northern part of West Virginia. There's another one down in the southern part of West Virginia, but for us, we service Hancock, Brook, Ohio, Marshall, Tyler on the West Virginia side, and Wetzel, sorry. And then on the Ohio side, we service Belmont, Jefferson, and sometimes Harrison and Guernsey counties.
Oh, all right.
So we have a pretty big service area, and I always say, I have wheels, I'll travel if you need me.
What is the impact the association has had on others?
Let me share a story.
All right.
I had a lady who came in, had lost her eyesight, young lady, thought everything was done. She She wasn't going to, leave her house again. She was so depressed. And 90% of people who lose their vision, suddenly go through a period of depression. Through our employment program, she's now working for us a couple days a week. She has went from this upset, I don't feel like I can do anything with my life, to the best person in the world. I mean, she is so bubbly, such a hard worker. It just has changed her life. And she actually tells us all the time. It's changed her life, giving her that opportunity to give her employment and assist her with that.
It's crazy the impact of something that people take for granted.
Right.
That just...
Well, unemployment rate for the blind and visually impaired is 70%.
Oh.
So not working and sitting home all the time, you get depressed. Another story I'll gladly share is recently he passed away, is Bob Hicks. He, 27 years old, went to bed, watched Johnny Carson at night, got up the next morning completely blind. Had 2 young boys. Did the same thing, sat home, depressed. Someone said, contact a seeing hand. He worked with us for many, many, many years until he got sick. Oh. But it was just the impact of that and the impact he's made on young kids with visual impairment.
Well, I'm sorry for your loss and everything.
Oh, thank you.
But it is amazing that something like that and just the people in the program and just can go out and help others and just encourage them to continue on their lives.
Yes.
Even after something like this.
Yes.
So my next question is, the employment for the visually impaired is one of the main programs that you guys offer. Could you tell me a little bit more about it?
Right now in our workshop, we have 7 visually impaired, a disabled veteran, and our shop supervisor and assistant supervisor. They recane chairs. They do caning of chairs. They make mops. Our newest program is our fire extinguisher program. They refurbish fire extinguishers to sell. And then there's the Edelman Garden in the spring and summertime that they go to.
Oh, well, that was my next question. Could you talk a little bit more about the garden, please?
The Edelman Garden was, the lot was donated to the Seeing Hand by Aaron and Rhoda Edelman. 10 years ago. This is our 10-year with it. They have went from not knowing how to plant vegetables, the visually impaired, to I had one guy who's like, I don't want to go to the garden. I just don't want to go. And I'm like, okay, John, but we need to try, buddy.
Yeah.
He went over and now he can tell you if that tomato is ready to be picked or if it's not ready to be picked. And he's completely blind. So they go once or twice a week over. They do the planting, they do the harvesting. We do rely a lot on volunteers for that because it's a lot of work, weeding a garden and keeping it clean. But yeah, it's actually pretty amazing to see them when they come back with the produce they've picked. And they've actually taken it to the Ohio County Fair the past couple years and won quite a few ribbons from their garden.
So, I mean, it's like basically a reward and stuff, just putting in all the effort that they, with the garden stuff and just, that's amazing,
it's
honestly.
Amazing. It is. It really is. And we've taken the garden, it was just a lot at one time. Now we have raised beds, we have sidewalks for them to walk on. So
really
it's tremendous.
That is. What other programs and services does the Seeing Hand Association offer?
We offer some recreation programs. We have what we call a share group. It's like a support group, but it's not because it's not ran by a licensed professional for that. The share group is actually my favorite because they get together once a month, and some months we sit there and everyone laughs and has a good time, and then the next month everyone could be crying. So they're all learning off of each other's experiences. What may work for you might not work for me, and what might work for you might work for me. So just getting them together and letting them collaborate with each other, other visually impaired, and figuring out what are ways to be independent and keep their independence. we are hopefully getting back our exercise program. That's for the employees and stuff. We were bringing someone in once a week, once a month to do different exercises, yoga, things like that, because the blind and visually impaired pretty much stay to themselves a lot of the times, it seems like. So having those little things like the share group and the exercise means a lot to them. And again, the exercise is a lot of fun. Sometimes they really get into it. So that's mainly our programs right now. So we've cut a lot back with COVID that we've not got back up and running.
So basically, it's like one big safe place.
It is. It's one big family. I mean, everyone gets along. Everyone loves each other. We fight like brothers and sisters sometimes, but you know, who doesn't?
Exactly. How can others help the Seeing Hand Association?
As I said, volunteering. We're always looking for volunteers in the spring and summer and early fall at the garden. They can donate. They can watch for fundraisers. Just call us.
All right. So thank you so much for joining me today for this interview. I'm, very happy that you were able to make it and stuff.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. If you have any questions or you're interested in volunteering, you can call 304-232-4810. If you would like to make a donation, you can visit their website at seeinghandassociation.com to see what way would be easier for you. Once again, the phone number was 304-232-4810 and the website was seeinghandassociation.com. Coming up, we'll show you the schedules of some more spring sports. WJMH Reports will return after this break.
Get the facts on vaping. Fact: more than 20% of high school students have tried vaping. Fact: one disposable vape contains as much nicotine as 20 cigarettes. Now is the time to talk to your son or daughter about vaping. This message is brought to you by the Marshall County Health Department and Youth Service Systems. For more facts about teen vaping, visit marshallcountyhealthdepartment.com.
Welcome back. We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm Maria Evans.
And I'm Alexa Bigford.
Joining us for sports and entertainment news is WJMH anchor Matthew Wright.
Thanks, Maria and Alexa. Ready to go out in the ball game? Then look no further, as John Marshall Baseball will be coming up soon. Here are a few events to look out for. The team's first home game will be on March 16th as they face University. Then they will travel to Morgantown on March 22nd. On April 5th, they will go to take on Wheeling Park's the Patriots. Then there will be a round robin that will be hosted by John Marshall against Indian Creek and Bridgeport on April 8th. Then on April 25th, they will take on Parkersburg South, also at home. Another upcoming sports is girls softball. The girls varsity softball team will hold their first game on March 20th at JM softball field against University High School. The game will start at 5 p.m. Then on March 22nd, the team will travel to Brook High School for its first away game. That game will begin on 6 p.m. You can keep an eye out for more softball events by listening to the morning announcements or going to the Athletics tab on John Marshall High School website. On our last episode of WJMH Reports, we talked about Monarch's boys lacrosse. Here are some of the events for the Monarch's girls lacrosse to look out for. The team's first match will be hosted on March 15th against Wheeling Park. Then they will take on Preston on April 1st. On April 4th, they will travel to take on University. They will still be on the road as they face St. Albans on April 6th. Then they will go against Buckhannon Upshur at home on April 21st. On the next episode of WJMH Reports, find more about Monarch tennis. The John Marshall Steel Drum Band has been selected to play at West Virginia Music Educators Association's conference at the Charleston Civic Center on March 3rd. This is their 5th time John Marshall has been selected as part of the X Honor Ensemble. They're just one of 3 schools selected to play. The band submitted different songs and panel of judges needed to score 90 to qualify. The group posted scores of 99, 92, and 96. John Marshall Steel drum band member Cameron Anderson believes that this honor is well deserved.
It feels good, especially after how much work we put in and the time and the effort, and I feel like we're doing pretty good this year, and it's well deserved. We put our time in, and I'm excited.
Joining Anderson for this performance was Michaela Kazemka, Ricky Robinson, Megan Gary, Joel Armstrong, Carly Minch, Jude Thomas, Rebecca Clark, Sydney Gray, Pearl Chambers, Tori Dixon, and Lizzie Howard. If you're interested in seeing the band perform on March 18th in the JMS Gym, they will hold an annual steel band concert.
Coming up, find out who the next JM staff member we recognize is.
Keep watching WJMH Reports. We'll be right back. We've got more news now on WJMH Reports. I'm Maria Evans.
And I'm Alexa Bigford.
John Marshall offers various CTE classes for juniors and seniors. To give underclassmen experience as to what those classes are like, the school also offers career exploration classes.
During these courses, students rotate to different classes to see what they like before picking a class heading into their junior year if interested. However, the broadcasting class is not involved in the rotations, so to make up for it, sophomores came down during their English period on their teacher's scheduled day.
This gave them the chance to see what goes on behind the scenes, as well as give them insight on what they can expect if they choose to join the class. This, along with the CTE Showcase, which will be held March 10th, will give students a great look into what it's like to be a member of WJMH Media.
This week's John Marshall staff we would like to recognize is Eddie Anderson. As a part of the science department at John Marshall, his classes consist of zoology and environmental science and has been working at John Marshall for 4 years. He strives to make his classes interesting and interactive for students. Anderson wants to remind his students there is more to school than just academics.
Just live life, have fun, be smart, be kind, and just enjoy it because you only get one shot at it.
Along with being a teacher in the school, Anderson is also an assistant football coach. This year was his first year as an assistant coach.
Thanks to Mr. Anderson for being a great teacher who encourages his students every day.
We would also like to once again congratulate Lauren Regenbach for her first place win at John Marshall High School, Queen of Queens.
If you missed it, you can watch it on the WJMH Media YouTube page.
If you would like to check out other things we do, you can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at WJMH Media.
Thanks to WLUTV and Xfinity for airing WJMH Reports.
And thanks to you, the viewers, for watching every week.
Stay tuned for the next episode of WJMH Reports. For Matthew, Alexa, and everyone here at WJMH Media, I'm Maria Evans. Thanks for watching and have a great day.